The real goal of learning isn't knowledge, it's change. When we learn, we create new pathways, new circumstances, new futures for ourselves and for others. Pearson is the world's leading learning company, but what we really make, the thing we are most proud of, is change. For over 50 years, we have been transforming lives through education, helping tens of millions of people all over the world reach their full potential. And yet we are lifelong learners ourselves, forever evolving to meet the moment. With our history to ground us and our creativity to inspire us, we're reinventing everything we do, from paper to pixels, from physical to virtual. We're making learning more personal, more equitable, more powerful. There's never been a better time to learn, and we are. We are the change we believe in. We are learning.
Привіт! Я Юля, і сьогодні розповім вам про топ-5 причин, чому варто складати міжнародні іспити з англійської мови Pearson English International Certificate, раніше відомі як PTE General. Перше, на іспиті тестуються ваші знання із загальної англійської, яку ми використовуємо в англомовному середовищі. Іспит перевіряє, наскільки добре ви змогли б зрозуміти свого співрозмовника та висловити ваші думки. Іспит є максимально наближеним до реального життя та моделює реальні ситуації. Друге, чи знали ви, що сертифікат іспиту є безстроковим? Це означає, що ви зможете використовувати його навіть через 5 років. Третє, якщо ви викладач в університеті і плануєте отримати вчене звання, цей іспит – ідеальний варіант, адже не вимагає знання академічної англійської. До того ж, на іспиті відсутні секції на перевірку вокабуляру та граматики. Це означає, що ці навички перевіряються в контексті під час виконання завдань. Четверте, учням 9 та 11 класів результати іспиту можуть зараховуватись як ДПМ, а в додаток до атестату виставляється оцінка 12 балів. Це чудова можливість для учнів підвищити середній бал свого атестату, що впливає на рейтинг під час вступу до вищих навчальних закладів. П'яте, не новина, але чомусь ми часто про це забуваємо. Усім нам відомо, що англійська must-have для успішного працевлаштування. Тому, аби вирізнити своє резюме з-поміж інших, варто підтвердити свій рівень міжнародним сертифікатом. Це додасть вам впевненості у своїх знаннях та зекономить час роботодавцю на перевірку володіння вами іноземною мовою. Годі вагатись. Долучайтесь до складання іспитів Pearson English International Certificate.
Створення сучасних підручників – це велика праця.
Творча та інтелектуальна.
It's a huge investment and a serious responsibility.
Використання підробок нівелює цю працю
Та знецінює наші зусилля.
Piracy kills our business.
Використовуйте оригінальні навчальні ресурси.
Навчайте за оригінальними підручниками.
Піратство – це злочин.
The level test from Pearson English is the fast, reliable and cost-effective test that gives new students the strongest start on their journey to proficiency. In just 30 minutes or less, the level test places learners in the correct class for their starting level and gives teachers all the information they need about their new students before their program begins. A 3-skill version of the test is also available, which leaves out the speaking section and takes just 20 minutes to complete. It can be taken anytime, anywhere, with just a few basic computer, headset and internet requirements. The level test is an adaptive test backed by Pearson's world-leading artificial intelligence technology. This means you can give the same test to every student because it automatically adjusts in difficulty according to the answers the test taker gives, saving you time as well as delivering reliable, consistent results. The whole level test experience is managed end-to-end through Pearson English Test Hub, a powerful platform that connects teachers, tests and test takers in a single easy-to-use space. The test assesses individual skills and integrated skills to gain a fully rounded understanding of abilities, from filling in word gaps and completing reading comprehension exercises to describing a picture and replying to spoken prompts. The level test assesses the full extent of students' abilities. Once the student completes the test, it is scored by technology that is trusted by governments, businesses, and universities around the world. Score reports are returned just a few minutes later with the clear insights you need. You'll see each student's overall level on the GSE and CEFR scales, and a summary of their overall capabilities. You'll also receive a breakdown of their abilities in reading, writing, speaking and listening, with an indication of whether their abilities in each of these skills are at level, above level or below level. If you're assessing a number of students, you'll also gain quick and easy insights into their abilities as a group. A score distribution map gives a quick visual understanding of which levels have the greatest number of students. You'll see what percentage of the class is at each level, and from here you can click through to see the individual score reports. Also available through Test Hub is the benchmark test, which works perfectly alongside the level test to place students in the right class and then track their learning progress in detail. The level test. Take the time, effort and complication out of first day testing and get your teaching off to a flying start from Pearson English.
Getting a job is one thing. Getting the right job requires preparation, being skilled, capable, and ready. Certification is an effective way for students and working professionals to demonstrate the skills and knowledge they possess, which are needed to perform successfully. For students, certification improves graduation rates by over 13%, and certified students frequently have higher grade point averages. Not to mention more likelihood of continued learning and higher confidence. In a competitive job market, certification makes a difference now more than ever. Employees who proactively develop their skills are more frequently noticed and rewarded. And those with certifications are more likely to receive pay raises and promotions. In fact, an employee with 6 or more certifications earns 8% more than the worldwide average. Bottom line, certifications pay big dividends. Certified employees report having more professional credibility, providing increased value to their employer, having greater self-confidence in their abilities, knowing that their skills translate to real-world applications, and an increase in job satisfaction. Certification also leads to several competitive advantages, including stronger skills to succeed in school and a resume that stands out, making job searching and advancement easier, since 91% of hiring managers note certification as a hiring criteria. The value of certification is real and proven by data. Leaders in education and industry, and even students, have great things to say.
They know they aren't just getting an A in a course, but a skill they can use to get a real job. Denise Spence.
Being certified definitely gave me an advantage. Being proficient in using formulas in Excel allowed me to deliver the results the company was seeking. Christopher Lai.
What could be any more valuable than to facilitate students getting credentials that are recognized by people around the world? Dr. June Atkinson.
Certification has become increasingly relevant because skills have become the currency of 21st century economies. Don't miss the opportunity to add value to your students' careers through certification. To learn more, contact your Certiport representative.
Створення сучасних підручників – це велика праця.
Творча та інтелектуальна.
It's a huge investment and a serious responsibility.
Використання підробок нівелює цю працю.
Та знецінює наші зусилля.
Piracy kills our business.
Використовуйте оригінальні навчальні ресурси.
Навчайте за оригінальними підручниками.
Піратство – це злочин.
Привіт всім, хто долучився до сьогоднішньої денної сесії з Internal Education. Я сподіваюся, що мене гарно видно і чути. Вітаю кожного з вас. Бачу, як завжди, різні міста, різні регіони України у нас представлені. Це прекрасно, ви знаєте, ми завжди раді вас бачити на всіх наших івентах, включно ж з, звичайно, цією серією тренінгів, які ми присвятили початку нового навчального року. Сьогодні, доброго дня, пані Оксано, так, дуже рада вас бачити знову. Сьогодні у нас перший понеділок, так, цього навчального року, перший повноцінний робочий тиждень вже почався. Я сподіваюся, що почався він для вас позитивно. І саме тому ви прийшли сьогодні до мене, аби цей позитивний настрій трошки собі ще далі продовжувати. Також, звичайно, я, окрім наших тренінгів, ось цих серій Upgrade Your Ideas and Skills, я вас запрошую до курсів підвищення кваліфікацій, які називаються, як я впевнена, більшість з вас знає, так, привіт всім, ProTeach, так, Professional Teacher. Вже майже 15 різноманітних тем у нас в нашому портфоліо. Ось ви бачите розклад на вересень, на найближчі тижні. Найближчий курс стартує вже завтра. Це найпопулярніший у нас курс Lesson Planning, який проводить моя колега з Одеси, Наталка Михненко. Якщо ви ще цей курс не проходили, я вам дуже раджу про нього як мінімум почитати, адже це дійсно найпопулярніший. Я вже навіть не перерахую, скільки груп вже було випущено, більше 10 точно. Тому обов'язково долучайтесь, якщо, можливо, ви тільки починаєте працювати в сфері освіти або просто бажаєте на початку навчального року швиденько згадати всі нюанси з планування різних типів уроків. Ну, а тих, хто навпаки вже багато що побачив, я запрошую на абсолютно новий курс від нашої колеги з Вінниці, Олени Щур, який присвячений навчанню функціональним виразам, так, functional language, всім цим прекрасним фразам, які, мені здається, дуже полюбляють вчителі, але чомусь дуже часто забувають і плутають студенти. От якщо ви хочете, щоб ваші студенти 100% могли сформулювати будь-яку думку і прекрасно програти діалог у будь-якій життєвій ситуації, цей курс точно для вас. Тож долучайтесь за лінком у чаті. Дякую, Елічка. Сьогодні моя колега Еліна буде допомагати мені у чаті, відповідати на ваші запитання. Як ви знаєте, ми сьогодні говоримо про різноманітні онлайн компоненти, тому якщо у вас будуть запитання, будь ласка, Еля and I are fully qualified, так, для того, щоб відповісти вам на ці запитання. Проект ProTeach, він насправді не стоїть на місці, і в цьому навчальному році ми запрошуємо вас на новий тип ProTeach-івентів. Це окремі педагогічні майстерні, присвячені певному аспекту вивчення англійської мови. В даному випадку вже дуже скоро, вже цієї суботи, будуть проходити майстерні з narrative tenses та collocations, на які я вас щиро запрошую. Це прекрасна можливість скуштувати, так, що воно таке ProTeach. Одна сесія, 1,5 годинки. Якщо вам сподобається, ви обов'язково долучитесь до одного з курсів, які вже тривають трошки більше часу. Це повноцінні 4 сесії. Ну і я впевнена, що в цьому навчальному році ще багато приємних сюрпризів від програми цієї, від проекту ProTeach ви почуєте і, може, навіть візьмете в них участь. Також, так, всім привіт, хто долучається. Дуже приємно, як завжди, бачити знайомі імена, знайомі прізвища. Також вже завтра розпочинається марафон професійного розвитку вчителів, присвячений міжнародній кваліфікації Microsoft Certified Educator. Якщо ви раптом вперше чуєте про марафон, обов'язково перейдіть за QR-кодом або за лінком, який зараз буде в чаті, почитайте, що воно таке. Це унікальна абсолютно можливість для вас спокійно, в власному темпі, з повноцінною допомогою від тренера підготуватись та скласти міжнародний іспит Microsoft Certified Educator і отримати собі в портфоліо міжнародний сертифікат, а також багато знань та навичок від компанії Microsoft та Certiport. Тому обов'язково долучайтесь. Ну, а хто вже долучився, то побачимось завтра чи на наступних сесіях етапу стартер, якщо ви вже зареєструвались. Якщо ще не зареєструвались, будь ласка, переглядайте свою пошту, адже всі дати вже у вас на електронній адресі. Також нагадую, що у нас є партнерська сестринська школа, це школа англійської мови London School of English, яка з зрозумілих причин, з 2020 року працює вже не тільки в своїх основних опорних містах, це Київ, Львів та Одеса, але також і викладає дуже багато онлайн. І саме тому, користуючись можливістю, я запрошую всіх вчителів з будь-якого куточку України долучитись до їх онлайн-курсів, спрямованих саме на викладачів англійської мови. Це курси не тільки з методики, як то, наприклад, курси підготовки до міжнародних іспитів, чи з використання додаткових автентичних матеріалів, таких як TED Talks, які я особисто дуже полюбляла використовувати в роботі, під час роботи в школі. Але також і курси англійської мови, але з такими трошки методичними нахилами, це і 21st Century Speaking Skills, і це Real Life English, якраз про Functional Language. Це все воно, я впевнена, що вам буде цікаво, як мінімум, почитати про них, тому обов'язково за лінком в чаті переходьте і дізнавайтесь більше. Окрім того, наші колеги з London School of English, зокрема, я впевнена, що всім вам відомий Кріс Кербі, запрошують вас на курси підготовки до TKT, ще один міжнародний сертифікат для викладачів англійської мови. Зокрема, зараз йде набір на групи підготовки до TKT Module 1 і TKT Young Learners. Тому, якщо щось з цього вас цікавить, якщо ви плануєте розпочинати свій шлях, метою якого є міжнародна сертифікація TKT, будь ласка, долучайтесь, наші колеги з задоволенням вам допоможуть в цьому. Ну і для тих, хто, можливо, як я колись, викладає не тільки англійську, але й німецьку мову в своєму навчальному закладі, або просто має коліжанок, колег, які є викладачами німецької мови, обов'язково, будь ласка, запрошуйте їх долучитись до нового проєкту Internal Education Perfect Deutsch, де вони зможуть дізнатись більше про сучасні методи викладання німецької мови, завантажити собі, я впевнена, безліч дуже корисних матеріалів для проведення уроків, а також дізнатись більше про новий підручник для викладання німецької Perfect, який якраз зараз локалізує під українські потреби команди Internal Education. Тому обов'язково передавайте, будь ласка, цей лінк своїм колегам, користуйтесь ним самостійно. І будемо зустрічати вже на теренах не тільки англійської, а й німецької мови також. All right, guys. So I think that is enough for the intro today. As you can see, the internal has always got so much stuff going on that we just can't help but share it all with you in the beginning of our sessions, hoping that you would find something useful and interesting for you and follow us on other projects as well. But today we've come here to talk about a particular product that Pearson has, and everybody knows that, of course, but I want to start with something quite weird. A little bit sinister even. As you can see, my screen is all black now, and I've got these strange pictures there. So could you share your ideas in the chat, please? What do these pictures symbolize? What is this thing that I was trying to describe by those different types of images? Do you have any ideas? Just share everything. I'm sure you're absolutely going to guess it. Ksenia, I'm very, very happy with your guess. Chaos and eternity. This is just right on point when we are talking about this particular Pearson product. That's amazing. You know, you should be writing something, creative writing should be something that you could probably try. This is a great guess, so thanks a lot. What do we also have here? Future, says Alina and Salomia. Wonderful. Yes, it is absolutely related to the future of teaching, definitely. Some new space, says Oksana. Again, of course, this is also connected because this is kind of like the space for teachers and students to go. So definitely agree with that. Some kind of a virtual world. Yes, right. Okay, guys. So you're so creative, but you're all quite on point, which is absolutely wonderful. And I also saw that Yelena and Diana and I think Victoria just mentioned the exact word that these pictures symbolize, which is a portal. Right? So I think that you've seen something like this in some science fiction, maybe movies, or maybe fantasy movies even. So when you hear the word portal, what is it associated with for you personally? Could you just very quickly type into the chat when you hear portal? What do you think about? What do you imagine? What just comes to your head with the word portal? What associations? So some space, or space, like space, yeah, could be, definitely. Entering another world, aliens. Ooh, yeah, that's interesting. Hopefully they are very kind and hospitable, you know, aliens, and definitely not hostile aliens. Would not want that. Another world, the space, a door to somewhere. Absolutely agree. So, right, a portal is the entering place to another world or to another space. And today we are going to have a look at the portal created by Pearson, and it is called Pearson English Portal, right? So basically it is this entrance place to the world of English as imagined by Pearson. Now it sounds like I'm describing a movie plot, and I'm talking about, you know, Steven Spielberg imagining an extra space or another space with some aliens there, maybe, but it is just Pearson imagining their own space for teachers and students. And they tried to incorporate everybody in there. And you know, they are constantly working on including all Pearson resources to this Pearson English Portal, so that every single teacher around the world who is working with Pearson resources, whether it is fully online or you're using some kind of a blended learning approach, you will definitely have something for you through this Pearson English Portal. So today we will have a look at how it works and what exactly is waiting for you there if you are working with Pearson resources. So once again, the content of the portal, or what you see there in this portal and this another space, kind of like depends on your entry ticket, and your entry ticket is the book that you are using. Right? So the content will be a little bit different for different users, but definitely everyone will find something very useful there. So let's dive into our Pearson English Portal. And when we have a look at it for the first time, some of you maybe have been using it before, some of you maybe are seeing it for the very first time right now. This is what it looks like currently, after the latest updates and upgrades. This is the layout that we get. So this first screen that you see when you go through the portal is called your dashboard. So like if you are in a spaceship, right, you got your dashboard with lots of different knobs and buttons that you can twist and turn and click and turn on and off so that you fly your spaceship. So this is basically the same. You've got your dashboard with all the necessary products for you to be teaching. And actually, on your dashboard, the very first tab that you see is called products, right? So this is where you go when you need to open any kind of resource while teaching or while preparing for your teaching experience. And in those products, you will have those different folders, right? So it is quite neat, I think, and this latest update made it look a little bit minimalistic, but I think it's great because I don't know about you guys, you probably don't have as many books in your account as I obviously do for the sake of creating presentations for you. But when you have dozens and dozens of different resources, it gets kind of chaotic. And we already mentioned chaos today, but for now, there is no chaos on Pearson English Portal. It is all neatly organized into different folders. And once you open the folder, you will see the levels of this resource that you have access to. And when you open the level, you will see the product, so the exact tools that you can turn to when you're teaching or when your students are learning. Now, with those icons for these different tools, there are two new very useful features that I am absolutely sure you would like. So be attentive right now. For each of these tools, for each of the icons, there is this star button, this little star icon there. So as in any browser or as in any other app, this is for you to add those tools to favorites. So once you click on this star, you will see this message that you marked this product as favorite. What it means is that it will appear on your dashboard above all those folders. So if you indeed have several different resources that you are working with, or maybe you have some products that you used to work with last year, but you are not currently using, it is very convenient for you to just mark the ones that you will be using very often as favorites. They will be above everything. It will be much faster for you to find them. And actually, speaking about the products that you were using before but might not need currently, there is another function there. So we've got these three dots, like a menu. And if we open this menu, apart from adding to favorites, we've got another function of hiding stuff. So you can actually hide those products that you are not going to use at all, or maybe you use them once for a particular reason and now you don't need them anymore. So you just click on hide, and now I only have those that I will be actually using every single day. Don't worry, hiding products doesn't mean you delete or deny the access for you. If you look at the dashboard, to the right and above of the products, there is this drop-down menu. It now says active, so I can see all the products that are active. But if I open it, I can also have a look at what I had, but now is expired, and also all the hidden products. So if I click on hidden, everything that I hidden before will reappear, so I can unhide it, right? I can make it show. I can favorite it if I need to. I can use it so it never disappears. It just hides there behind the portal in some other extra space, but you can always retrieve it when you need it. And the last new thing there is that the adding product button, this plus add a product, is now below all the products. So not on the left of the screen, but in the bottom of the screen. That's what your dashboard looks like. So these are all the tools that you may need. Now let's have a look at the exact tool. So what exactly you will get on Pearson English Portal. First of all, it's different teachers' resources. And again, they differ book by book, but generally speaking, for courses like Team Together, Focus 2nd edition, High Note, Gold Experience, Speak Out 2nd edition, Roadmap, and Business Partner, you will get these different resources. What are they? Well, obviously, this is something that you may need when you teach lessons every single day. So these are all the audios, of course, and as you can see from this screenshot, every single track can either be listened to, can be played on Pearson English Portal, or can be downloaded and then used without the internet. So if the internet connection in your classroom is not quite stable, you can always pre-download all the audios and use your phone or tablet, or just have a USB drive with all the audios, so that you make sure you will always be able to play the audio and to conduct the lesson the way you planned, even if anything goes wrong. Plus, for all the audios, you will also, of course, get the scripts, which I know many of you are using. We were talking about it last year. We're sharing different ideas on how you can use the scripts. And I personally really like having my scripts here in PDFs instead of only having them at the end of the teacher's book, because if they are there at the end of the teacher's book, then if I want my students to get access to them, I need to copy them, which means I need to break the books back, which I don't like doing. I love books. I don't want to damage my books, especially my teacher's books. So it's much more convenient to just print them out, cut them if you need, and use them in your lessons in different communicative activities. This is where you can find them. Now, the audios are not the only source of authentic language that our students listen to on our lessons. As you know, most of Pearson resources have some video components, which you will be also able to find on Pearson English Portal. They are right here, and once again, just like with audios, you can either watch them online, or you can download them beforehand and then use in the classroom without access to the internet. Then, what else do we have here? We've got here our assessment package. So definitely no teacher would imagine their studies without tests. Tests are important, and they are all here prepared for you in two variants, A and B, so that you can distribute them evenly around your classroom and try to prevent your students from cheating. You've also got those tests in PDF format and in doc format, which means that you can change them if you need to, or you can just use them as they are. So this is what you will find here, together with, of course, test audio and the scripts, and some teachers' notes, which might be necessary, especially for the speaking portions of the tests. Now, what else do we have here? The photocopiables, right? Again, usually we have them somewhere in the teacher's book or in an extra teacher's resource book, like with Wider World, for example. But you can also get them here on Pearson English Portal, downloadable with teacher's notes as well. And again, they are here in PDF, so it is much easier to just print them out instead of copying them from the book. So that's just my personal point of view. If you like taking or making copies from your teacher's book, that's absolutely up to you. This is just an option that you can use. What else do we have here? Many courses, especially I'm talking here about Focus 2nd edition and High Note, they will get lesson plans here. And the lesson plans are downloadable and they are in PDF format. And actually, I really advise you to take a look at them, because you will see what the authors thought was the better way of working with this or that page. For example, with focus, you will find that grammar lessons are always divided into 2 lessons, because if you have seen focus, you know that usually there are 2 grammar units or 2 different grammar rules in one lesson. So it is better sometimes to divide them into 2 different lessons. You will also see that writing and review are again divided into 2 lessons, and sometimes reading is as well, especially if there is a huge text with lots of activities to develop our reading skills, but also, of course, as you know, in focus, we've got many activities to work on vocabulary units from the text. So again, sometimes it is better to divide them into 2 different lessons. So this is what you can find there, and much more. So with different resources, again, you will get a different set of extra materials. Just summing it up, it is always audios and videos. They're always there if they are available for the course itself. Then photocopyables and tests in PDF and doc format, lesson plans for many of the courses, answer keys, etc. So we've also got there some other types of extra materials depending on the course. You will have a look and find them if you are using the Pearson English Portal. They are right there. But you may need, of course, those teacher resources, especially the audios and the videos on your lessons, in case you are working and you are not willing, for some reason, to use presentation tool. Because presentation tool is some kind of a software that we can find on Pearson English Portal that will basically substitute the audios and the videos there that you need to download, because it's all built in here. So presentation tool is a combination of Active Teach, which is the former name for this software, which was created by Pearson dozens of years ago to work with interactive whiteboards. Now you can use it with an interactive whiteboard or just with a whiteboard, or even online when you do your lessons on Zoom. You just share your screen and all the activities are interactive there, so your students can work there during the classroom, click on everything, and so on. We'll have a look at it in the moment. Plus, presentation tool also has lesson planning. So for some courses like Focus and High Note, lesson plans are downloadable from the Resources tab. But for courses like Gold Experience and Team Together, the lesson plans are built in the presentation tool. So let's have a look how it works. This is the presentation tool. You can see all the units here, and once I open the unit, I will see the spreads from my books. Both students' book, which are usually colored, and workbook or activity book, which are black and white. So if we zoom in, each spread has 2 options, plan and teach. So if we click on plan, we will get access to these teachers' notes. For each exercise that is on the page, you will be able to open the note to get some ideas about how to work with this or that activity. Plus, if you have a look actually on at this particular teacher's note for exercise 1, we don't only get the instruction on how to organize this particular activity and the answers, but also what to do to start the lesson. So you will get some extra ideas, extra activities for fast finishers, for stronger students, or for weaker students. You will get some activities to start and finish the lesson. So basically everything you need is right here. Of course, I think you might not be very interested in opening those notes one by one and reading them, which is why there is an option of opening and printing out the whole lesson plan all together. So you will have all activities there. You can print it out, you can use it on your lesson, or when you're preparing for the lesson, it is right there. It's very convenient. Now, that was our plan button. What does the teach button do? Well, it gives us access to this active teaching part of presentation tool, which is basically the software for your interactive smartboard, whiteboard, or just sharing the screen. So this is a spread from HighNote, and as you can see, every single activity has this yellow star next to it. It means that the activity is interactive. So you can work with it, you can fill in the answers, you can play the audio if it is necessary, you can open the script, you can open some attachments, which may be the rules or the text from the previous task, or some extra suggestive answers or pictures to have a look at. So everything is built in this activity. Plus, on the left, you will get lots of different teaching tools, which I will not stop on in details today, but some of them are creating a whiteboard out of your page and just using drawing there, or you can use highlighter to highlight some vocabulary phrases from a text, and so on and so forth. So this is, in just a couple of words, what presentation tool is. So this is the active teaching component, the interactive exercises, together with lesson planning. And it works like this for resources like Focus and HighNote, Roadmap, and Business Partner. Plus, for those resources, presentation tool is also downloadable. So if you don't have the stable internet connection in the classroom, you can just take a laptop home, download it, install it, and then bring it back and just use it without access to the internet. Or you can download it at home, bring it on the USB drive, and install it on your work computer when you are in the classroom. So this is what you get for these kind of resources. Знову ж таки, я тут не вдаюсь в деталі, що саме і як працює в Presentation Tool, тому що про це є абсолютно окрема серія івентів, на яку я вас обов'язково запрошу наприкінці сьогоднішньої сесії. Тому так, галопом по Європам, знаєте, трошки швиденько, але мушу просто про всі потрошку розказати. What else do we have here? For the users of Speak Out and Focus First Edition, the older edition, you can also get access to Active Teach. Remember this former version of Presentation Tool? It is almost the same. It is visually different, but it has most of the same functions. The only thing it doesn't have is lesson planning, but it will work well for you on your online lessons or in the classroom. If you are using Focus First Edition or Speak Out and you want to get access to Active Teach, please follow the QR code on the slide and have a look at this video tutorial on how to do that. Я думаю, що більшість з вас, мабуть, вже знають, що у нас є така серія відеоінструкцій. Одна з них якраз розкаже вам, як отримати доступ до ось цих безкоштовних ресурсів для вчителя, для першого видання фокусу та для Speak-Out. Now, the next resource is Wider World. And with Wider World, all the levels have their Active Teach here as well. So you can download it, install it, and use it in your classroom. It is only downloadable. There is no online version, so which is basically maybe even more convenient. Yes, Elle, please, could you send the link to the video instructions? It's in there in our file. So this is for all levels of Wider World, but levels 1, 2, and 3 are a little bit ahead now because apart from Active Teach, they also have some extra teachers resources there on Pearson English Portal. Starter and Level 4 are coming, they are on their way. They will also get those extra resources. Currently, it is just these 3 levels. What kind of resources are there? Well, I will tell you in a moment. But first, I want to have a look at Go-Getter. Go-Getter is another resource for secondary school, just like Wide World, and it also has its own version of Active Teach, which is again downloadable and can be used for online studies or with your whiteboard or interactive whiteboard. So, отже, якщо ви використовуєте Wide World або Go-Getter і хочете дізнатись, по-перше, як отримати доступ до Go-Getter Active Teach, тому що самостійно він у вас в аккаунті, на жаль, не з'явиться. Або якщо ви використовуєте Wide World і у вас є рівні 1, 2, 3, ви хочете дізнатись більше про які ж там ресурси додаткові з'явились, будь ласка, обов'язково долучайтесь до Facebook-стріму, який відбудеться вже в цю середу о 4:30, де я якраз розкажу про всі ці моменти, що там нового для Wide World, що нового для Go-Getter, як це все отримати, як з цим працювати. Приходьте, будь ласка, на стрім на Фейсбуці. Кинь, будь ласка, ще раз лінк на наш Фейсбук. Якщо ви зайдете на сторінку і прийдете там в Events, так, заплановані заходи, там якраз побачите цей Q&A, можете додати собі його в закладки, відмітити як «Іду» або «Favorite», і тоді ви обов'язково його не пропустите. В будь-якому випадку, якщо в цей час у вас не виходить долучитись, не переживайте, стрім залишиться в записі на нашій сторінці, ви завжди зможете його переглянути, коли у вас буде на це час. Тому не переживайте. So, guys, that was our presentation tool and resources, which we have, again, for most of the courses in one way or another. So this is what you will find on this Pearson English Portal. The last, but definitely not the least, is access to My English Lab. And the icons that put you through Pearson English Portal and onto the page for My English Lab are marked with My English Lab logo on top. So, a bit of a, question into the void probably, but guys, is there anyone here today who doesn't know anything about My English Lab? Is there anyone here who has never ever heard about My English Lab? I'm not saying has never used, which is probably a pity because you would definitely like it, but has never heard. Are there any people like this left in Ukraine? I'm not sure because that's my whole job, basically to let everybody know of what My English Lab is and why it is so wonderful for teachers. And I can see that nobody is admitting that they are hearing about My English Lab for the first time, which is great because My English Lab is a wonderful tool and I'm absolutely happy that you guys already know what it is. You know it is your substitute for your paper workbook. Instead of working on paper, you work online, save the environment, very eco-friendly. Plus, your students get the opportunity to get all those extra tips and hints and feedback to motivate them to learn more, and you get basically all the results of their homework because the platform immediately assesses and grades everything that they do. So what you do, you just go to the grade book and you have a look at the results, you look at the mistakes and so on, and this is how it works. That's basically My English Lab in My English Lab 101, as they say, right? In a couple of sentences. That's what it is. Again, I'm not going into details today because I have a separate session, a whole another hour talking about little tips and tricks on how you can work with My English Lab. If you have not seen it yet, please join. I think it is this week as well. Let me have a look. I thought it was this week. No, I think it's the next. Yeah, it's the next Friday. So if you are interested in learning more about my English lab, please join my session next Friday. El, could you please repeat the link to our timetable, the events timetable? And we will be moving on to basically the end of our today's session. So Pearson English Portal is the place where you will find the teacher's resources, the presentation tool or Active Teach for your course, and access to my English lab. This is all from this products tab on your dashboard. You can also see that we've got some classes there. So maybe some of you are using those classes. It works for the users of Team Together and Gold Experience. And there actually have been some changes in terms of how these classes work for Team Together and Gold Experience. So if you are a user of TT or Gold, please again join the Facebook stream the day after tomorrow. I will also show you what you can do there now, which will make your working with these resources much more convenient. Отже, якщо ви використовуєте Team Together або Gold Experience, долучайтесь до стріму в середу, теж дещо новеньке покажу для вас, що там змінилось. Окрім того, звичайно, я вас запрошую всіх доєднуватись до ось цієї такої блакитненької серії івентів за лінком, який ви зараз бачите у чаті. Для чого? Сьогодні ми поговорили так дуже-дуже потрошку, так, про все, що існує взагалі на порталі для різних ресурсів. Але я впевнена, що кожному з вас цікаво дізнатись детально про один чи, можливо, декілька ресурсів, якими ви працюєте. Саме для цього є окрема серія івентів 2-in-1 Resources for Classroom and Distance Teaching, на якій ми конкретно говоримо про кожен окремий ресурс і які онлайн-компоненти у нього є для того, щоб проводити ось це дистанційне навчання. Ніхто не знає, що трапиться, плітки вже пліткуються, все може бути. Тому, якщо ви працюєте з ресурсами Pearson або плануєте починати цього року, обов'язково долучайтесь до цих сесій, дізнавайтесь більше саме про ті ресурси, які цікавлять конкретно вас. До того ж, на цих сесіях ми також розігруємо підручники. Ви можете стати щасливим володарем одного з 20 таких ресурсів, про які якраз йшла мова на івенті. Тому долучайтесь. Все це можна зробити за лінком, так, який ви все ще бачите у чаті. Ну, а я вам щиро дякую за те, що долучились сьогодні. Як завжди нагадую, що сертифікати будуть надходити на вашу електронну пошту. Якщо ви бачили цей розклад, бо ви реєструвались на цю сесію, я впевнена, ви розумієте, скільки всього відбувається одночасно, а насправді відбувається ще й набагато більше. Тому, якщо раптом сертифікат не знайде вас на цьому тижні, не переживайте, він обов'язково до вас долетить, можливо, наступного тижня. Якщо раптом що, ви завжди можете до нас звертатись, ми допоможемо його знайти. Якщо у вас є якісь запитання стосовно роботи з Pearson English Portal, з нашими ресурсами, дякую всім так за ваші привітання та за подяки. Це завжди дуже приємно. Це positive feedback, так, це завжди приємно. Якщо є запитання ще, будь ласка, задавайте. Я бачила, Ель, що ти там відповідала на деякі запитання. Дуже тобі дякую за це. Якщо є ще якісь, ми ще з Елею тут, пару хвилин, ще якісь лінки можемо вам дослати в чат, якщо хтось щось пропустив. Ну, а всім, так, в кого немає запитань, дякую ще раз, що долучились. В понеділок, посеред робочого дня. Дуже приємно було з вами поспілкуватися сьогодні. Бажаю вам гарного робочого тижня. Бажаю побачитись з вами на наступних сесіях на цьому тижні, зокрема під час марафону професійного розвитку Microsoft Certified Educator. Я знаю і бачу в чаті тих, хто зареєстрований, і навіть тих, хто зареєстрований на завтра, тому буду чекати на зустріч вже завтра о 16:00. Так, пані Вікторія, п'ятницю 17-го працюєте, бачу, зрозуміло, мова йде про сесію Let's Mel. Взагалі, всі відеозаписи наших тренінгів зазвичай з'являються в доступі після завершення всієї кампанії. Тобто, як тільки ось завершиться весь цей back to school наш десь в жовтні, тоді зможете подивитись цей тренінг у запису. Це вже він буде в п'ятницю 3-й чи 4-й раз, тому вже скоро підходить до завершення, так, ця серія. І запис має бути доступний на нашому YouTube-каналі, тому зможете його там переглянути. Отже, дякую ще раз всім. Все, відпускаю, не тримаю. Гарного вам завершення робочого дня і побачимось на наступних івентах від Internal Education. Бувайте!